Good afternoon, that's the one. Good afternoon, how are we doing? Hope you are all good. Just had some one-to-ones, we had morning sessions outside today as well. Kickstart sessions just starting off. So I wanted to jump on today and speak about what to do when you've lost some weight, but you are maybe struggling to get to your goal target. So maybe you've lost some weight, but now you're struggling a bit and you're finding it hard. You don't know what to do next. You've kind of reached a bit of a, hey Cheryl, hey Ali, you've kind of reached a bit of a position where you're a bit like, I don't know what to do next. Kind of, do I go in harder? Do I eat less? Do I, hey Joanne, hey Paula, give me a header if you're coming in. Hey Lynn. So what do you do? What should you do? And I want to touch on this because often almost the gold standard, if you like, is often to just go lower, maybe fast more, go lower. And remember, I can only cover one thing, and I'm making this specific to the question I had. They had lost some weight, so they're doing quite well, but now they're like, I want more. And also they thought they would look, it's going to sound odd, I guess, look better at given that they lost the weight. They're maybe not as toned as they wanted to be. So, and this is one thing I'm going to touch on, which is resistance exercise to change the way you look and change inches, which may not even result in the weight. Now, what do you do in this position? Because she doesn't want to miss out on kettlebells, whatever you use. You could use body weight, whatever it is, to add in to help us kind of change shape almost, okay? So we're promoting that muscle. That's one option there. Two, I would say to actually slow down a bit. And instead of going all or nothing, as in I'm either dieting to lose fat or I'm like straight in just going to eat loads and try and put on loads of muscle or whatever. Instead, I would actually go to a little bit of a happy medium. So just slightly enjoy eating a bit more, having a bit more flexibility to just reset things a bit. Because sometimes there's actually psychological fatigue from just going all in all the time. And some research actually shows that in women as well, this was in that when women were given a diet break, as they called it. So instead of just hitting, say someone's on 1,200 calories for 12 weeks, they compared that to you gave someone 1,200 calories, but then you gave someone a little break where they could have 16, 18 for a few weeks. They lost more weight over the time. And they think this is because people just stuck to it better. Because the people who were trying to stick to a really rigid diet for 12 weeks, guess what? They just fell off a few days a week. And those few days a week started to add up, where the other people were like, well, I'm going to do this week, and then I'm going to have a little bit more flexibility this week. And we talk about this at weekends quite a lot, what to do there. However, going back to the point, I just want to touch on that point at the end, where like a goal weight, I wouldn't really set a goal weight, if I'm perfectly honest. I mean, have one, but know that it may change depending on what type of exercise you do. Because you might find that you actually feel better and look a lot healthier and better at a different weight than you thought you would have. And vice versa as well, depending on the type of exercise you do. So, I hope that helps. So can you add in some resistance work to that? And if you are at that position, instead of going like really low, which is fine if you've got a certain goal and you need it for that time, fair enough, go for that. But can you maybe look at actually just increasing slightly? And that might actually mean that you stick to it better. If you find you're not actually sticking to it that well, because you're trying too much, you're always losing weight, you're always trying to lose weight rather than giving yourself a little bit of slack, a little bit, almost like taking 2 steps back to move 3 steps forward. I better take another step, that's free. There we go. So, I hope that helps. Ali, just seen your comment, walking dogs, trying to listen and not fall over. Hope you're still standing. Anyway, I hope that helps. Obviously, without more context, it's difficult to give specific advice to this, but what we went through is adding resistance exercise in. We've looked at her protein intake as well, which is something I will say, is that she's going to increase her food intake, but it's going to come more from protein. This will promote that kind of muscle and the recovery, and she's going to enjoy her training more then, because she's going to be like a bit more energetic. She's got a bit more fuel in her tank. Her recovery might improve a little bit. So there's all these benefits from doing that. And often we're seen as, if you eat more, it's almost the demon, if you like. But actually, in this case, it's actually going to suit her really well for a few weeks, but be okay with taking a few steps back, then taking a few steps forward to go again. Sometimes that's what we need. So But again, it is individual to you. It depends where you are on your journey, how long you've been going for, what you've been doing, how consistent you can honestly say you've been. And that's where that accountability comes in. So, have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. Drink your water. Get your vitamin D. And I'll see you soon. Take care.